Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 6 a.m. on WKYT, a setback for two Lexington businesses this morning after a pair of overnight break-ins.
Find out what's next for a Central Kentucky community after the sudden death of the mayor-elect.
And details on an illuminating event that will be kicking off tonight in Lexington that has become quite the tradition. Well, of those stories and more, breaking news as it happens. It's coming up on WKYT This Morning. Hey, top of the morning to you. Welcome in here on your Friday as we head for that weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith, trying to get used to that really cold weather. It kind of takes it out of you.
Yeah, you don't have to get used to it for the weekend. It's going to warm up a little bit, you know, but then it comes back. Let's check in with Micah in our First Alert Weather Center. We just can't get used to anything, right?
Yeah, we can't. Well, we can get used to the cold air, I guess. I mean, it's been cold the past several days. Hey, it's been 10 days since we've been above 50 degrees. Just put it that way to you. And the rest of those days have been 20s, 30s, just a couple of 40s sprinkled in here and there. So it just hasn't been fun. We're going to do it one more day again today, but at least we'll have plenty of sunshine because there's nothing out there to really ruin our day, except that it's cold. 18 degrees Danville, 19 there, pair of those. Lexington, Richmond, Berea, Winchester, my friends there in Clark County. Frankfort, we're 14 degrees in London, Corbin area, sitting at 20, Somerset 19. You get the drift. It's cold. 36 by the afternoon, though, as we start to see some sunny skies. In toward the weekend, we got some big changes. And bringing some rain for part of the weekend. The other part of it, that is, looks really good. And I'll show you which one that is coming up in a few minutes.
All right, see you in just a bit. And here's the latest from WKYT. New this morning, we're tracking a crime alert in Lexington. Police say someone broke into two businesses.
That suspect was caught on surveillance video committing at least one of the crimes. WKYT's Mark Barber is live in Lexington with more on this crime alert.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. One of the store owners here tells me that he believes that the burglar used some sort of tool to break the locks on the door and then force his way inside this Chinese restaurant and the nail salon next to it. Now, police tell me that the break-in happened just a few hours ago at 3 a.m. here at the Kroger Shopping Center on Bryan Station. Now, I'm told that this burglar took cash from the China King restaurant, but police say at this point it does not appear as if anything was taken from the nail salon. Now, this burglar was caught on surveillance video, but police say for now they are not ready to release any description of the person that they are looking for. Now, back out here live, if you take a look over my shoulder, you can see that the windows of these two stores that were hit are both dark. The store owner tells me that he is out here sleeping inside his store, and he isn't the only one. He says that the owner of the Chinese restaurant is also sleeping here overnight. He says that they are both keeping an eye on their stores. They aren't going home because the break-in badly damaged their doors. Live here in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
New this morning, a Southern Kentucky home is damaged after an overnight fire. This started about 10 last night at a home on Highway 300 in Lincoln County. Firefighters say the fire started when material behind a stove caught fire and then spread to the wall. No one was hurt. It took crews about 2 hours to knock down the fire. Happening today, a man accused in a drunken hit and run will be back in court after escaping house arrest. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says Terry Mullins was drunk during a hit and run that injured a 17-year-old over the summer. The victim was critically injured. Mullins was on house arrest, but police say he cut off his ankle bracelet and ran to Ohio, where he was recently arrested. He'll be arraigned today on new charges.
The news shocked a Kentucky community. Stanford's mayor-elect has suddenly died. The coroner says that his son, T.J. Hill's son, found him inside their home yesterday afternoon. He had died of natural causes. Hill retired from the police department there after 15 years. Earlier this month, he overwhelmingly won the city's mayor's race. It'll now be up to the Stanford City Council to name a replacement. We'll hear from Hill's friends and some others about his sudden passing coming up at 6:30. New this morning, we've learned that two people are now charged in a Lexington robbery. The arrests were made after a standoff near a Lexington middle school. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live this morning to explain the charges the men are now facing. Whitney, good morning.
Good morning. Well, two men are now arrested after an hour-long standoff that put a local middle school on heightened alert. Just before 2 o'clock yesterday, police went to serve a warrant at a home on Winburn Avenue for 18-year-old Duquan Baxter. Police say he and 19-year-old Cardreas Winter robbed the GameStop store on West New Circle Road back in September. Baxter is also accused of shooting a man in the hand on East 6th Street about 2 weeks ago. Now, our news partners at the Herald Herald Leader report that yesterday, Winburn Middle School sent an email out to parents about this situation and canceled all after-school activities. Baxter did surrender to officers around 3 o'clock yesterday, and Winter was also arrested at that home. Both of the men are charged with robbery, and Baxter is also charged with assault in the shooting incident. Both of these men will be arraigned in court later this afternoon. Live in Lexington, Whitney Watzel, WKYT.
New on WKYT this morning, we have a scam alert to pass along out of Southern Kentucky. The Laurel County Sheriff says someone is posing as an FBI agent over the phone. The sheriff says someone got a call saying they had won $350,000 and a Mercedes. All that person had to do was buy a prepaid debit card and put money on it to cover taxes and processing. The caller identified himself as an FBI agent. This morning, suspicion of stolen dogs is spreading across central Kentucky. A Pulaski County family says their boxer named Kane was stolen. Someone else in the community has created a Facebook page to help find other dogs that are missing in the area. The director of the Garrett County Animal Shelter says about 20 dogs have recently been stolen between Lancaster and Somerset.
A federal judge has approved a $3 million settlement in connection with a 2012 train derailment near Louisville. The settlement names Paducah and Louisville Railway. Because hazardous material spilled in the derailment, many people living nearby had to evacuate or shelter in place, stay in their home there for more than 10 days. According to court documents, homeowners closest to the derailment site will receive the most money from the settlement. The Kentucky Horse Park is about to get a whole lot brighter. It's opening day for the Southern Lights. Each year, nearly 27,000 vehicles pass through the annual light display. The gates will open each night at 5:30. And in addition to all of the lights, there are all kinds of activities for kids as well. You might even spot a live reindeer out there walking around. The Southern Lights will run through December 31st. Always a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Coach John Calipari took a break from basketball to give some Big Blue fans some big laughs.
He's a pretty funny guy. Coach Cal hosted the Comedy Mania benefit concert last night at Rupp Arena. Comedians Bill Engvall and Sinbad were among those who performed. Money raised from the event will go to the Calipari Foundation, along with the Global Sports Aid Network and Samaritan's Feet.
All right, a good cause, certainly, and a great time, it looks like, for those who gathered there. Even some music on the stage. Our time is 6:07 right now.
All right, let's see how things are moving on the roads with a look at live drive traffic.
Yeah, let's go out to Officer Don, check on live drive traffic. It was quiet earlier. Don, how are things out there?
Well, we just had a look at Leestown Road through the construction zone from Masterson Station, Bill, and it looks like we're steady to start things off. Had a little debris in the roadway just before the circle in the right lane. That should be cleared in the next few minutes. Let's get a look outside and we'll show you what's happening as you plan to head out the door this morning with a live look at I-75 and I-64. There's a northern split here in Lexington. We're okay. Even the exit ramps check out fine. And on our Waze map this morning with our live drivers reporting in, and we're trouble-free on the circle at the moment. We have a stalled car there on the outer loop, it looks like, but that's about it. Also on Newtown Pike near the interstate, looks like a stalled car over to the side too, but we can see traffic slowing down in different areas like Richmond Road there approaching Hayes Boulevard. That's just where the light's catching folks down to 20 miles per hour, and a couple of spotty places here and there, but off to a great start. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, Don, thank you very much. And Officer Don and Deanna are on 98.1 The Bull, having some fun there on the radio when you get in your car. And we have more news coming up on WKYT here on your Friday morning.
Okay, so talk about a tough day on the job. The accident that busted a reporter's live shot literally ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know where that one's going. Current temperatures sitting there in the teens and 20s. We have already broken a record there in Frankfurt at 14 degrees. Could we break many more? I'll show you the forecast coming up.